Imagine for a second you are the commander of a superpower's army. You have wealth, respect, and military genius. But under your armor, you are literally rotting away. That's the paradox we're stepping into today, isn't it?
Absolutely. We are looking at 2 Kings chapters 5 through 8. It's a fascinating stretch of history because it oscillates wildly between the personal, like a lost axe head, and the geopolitical, like massive sieges and regime changes. But you're right, it starts with Naaman, the Syrian commander. He's the big man with a big problem, leprosy.
And what strikes me is the solution offered to him. He travels all the way to Israel expecting some grand, mystical ceremony from the prophet Elisha. He's got the gold, the horses, the entourage. And what does he get?
He gets a prescription to take a bath, and not even in a nice river. Elisha doesn't even come out to greet him. He sends a messenger saying, "Go wash in the Jordan 7 times. It's almost insulting. Naaman expects a spectacle. He literally says he thought the prophet would come out, wave his hand, and call on God. He wanted magic. What he got was a test of humility.
It really highlights the ego, doesn't it? He's furious because the rivers back home in Damascus are cleaner. Why dip in the muddy Jordan?
Exactly. It wasn't about the water quality, it was about submission. If he had washed in the cleaner rivers of Damascus, he would have done it on his terms. Doing it in the Jordan meant doing it on God's terms. And when he finally swallows his pride and dips 7 times, his skin becomes like that of a child. But here's the twist. While the pagan general learns that grace is free, Elisha's own servant, Gehazi, tries to monetize it.
That was a painful turn. Elisha refuses payment, but Gehazi runs after Naaman to lie and grab some silver and clothes. It feels like such a modern scandal, using spiritual authority for financial gain.
It is timeless, and the consequence is terrifying. Gehazi inherits the leprosy Naaman lost. It's a stark reminder that proximity to the holy doesn't make you holy. But moving on, the narrative shifts from personal morality to international warfare. We get this incredible scene where the Syrian army is hunting Elisha down because he keeps intellectually outmaneuvering them.
This is one of my favorite visuals. Elisha's servant wakes up, sees the city surrounded by enemy chariots, and panics. We are doomed. And Elisha is just calm.
His calmness is unnerving until you understand his perspective. He prays, "Lord, open his eyes." And suddenly the servant sees reality. The mountain is full of horses and chariots of fire. It's the concept that the physical reality we see is only a fraction of the total picture. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them.
It changes the definition of blindness, too. The army with 20/20 vision is spiritually blind, while the prophet sees the invisible. And then, ironically, Elisha strikes the physical army with temporary blindness and leads them straight into the capital of Israel. Not to kill them, but to feed them.
Right. It's psychological warfare turned into a peace treaty. He disarms them with mercy. But sadly, peace doesn't last. By chapter 6 and 7, we are in a horrific siege of Samaria. The famine is so bad that, well, it gets gruesome. People are resorting to cannibalism. It's rock bottom. It's
the darkest moment in the text. The king of Israel blames God, blames Elisha. But then Elisha makes an impossible prediction. By this time tomorrow, food will be so abundant it's practically free.
And nobody believes him. There's this captain who mocks the idea, asking if God is going to open windows in heaven. He represents the cynic, the person who can't imagine a reality beyond the current crisis. And the irony is, the deliverance comes from the most unlikely source, 4 lepers sitting outside the gate, deciding they have nothing to lose.
I love that part. They walk into the enemy camp expecting to be killed, and the camp is empty. The Syrians fled because they heard the sound of a great army, another auditory illusion by God.
Precisely. The outcasts, the lepers, are the ones who discover the salvation for the city. And that cynical captain, he sees the food, just as Elisha predicted, but he's trampled to death in the stampede at the gate. He saw the blessing but didn't get to taste it. It's a brutal lesson on the cost of unbelief.
Before we wrap up, we have to touch on the end of chapter 8. It feels like the tone shifts back to political darkness. Elisha goes to Damascus, and we meet Hazael.
This is a heavy scene. Elisha stares at Hazael and starts weeping. He sees the future. He knows Hazael will take the throne and commit atrocities against Israel. Hazael plays the humble servant, asking, "Am I a dog?" But the next day he suffocates the king with a wet cloth and seizes power.
It's a chilling reminder that while God orchestrates big miracles like the floating axe head or the chariots of fire, human evil is still very real and active.
That's the tension of these chapters. You have the chariots of fire protecting the prophet, but you also have the rise of tyrants and the corruption of kings. It shows that history isn't a straight line of progress. It's a complex interplay of human choices and divine intervention.
A lot to digest. From muddy rivers to invisible armies, the main takeaway seems to be that what we see with our eyes is rarely the whole story.
Couldn't have said it better. We have to look deeper.
Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
If you have been blessed by this, please like, subscribe, and share this joy with others. God bless.